Hi, and welcome to Happy Fisherman Adventures.
I hope, I dream, I wish to catch a big fish, and I do it when I can. I'm a happy fisherman, and I do it when I can. I'm a happy fisherman.
Well, considering tuna season is just about to start, it's around the corner. Today's episode is Blast from the Past. We're going to show you some videos from Portland.
Yeah, me, Jerry, Meto and Misho actually chasing tuna in Portland. Look, Portland's our favorite place. There is no bar, no rip. It's actually awesome place to start. So if you're going to start chasing tuna, that's the place I would suggest. You go there, especially this time of the year. And, January, all the tuna, kingfish are very close to the harbour.
Yep.
Tuna is only about 5 kilometers away from the harbour towards North Shore. So if you want to start, if you want to just get into something different, Portland's the place. And in today's episode, actually, Misho and Meto, not experienced, we managed to bag out. It's actually good fun footage, lots of mistakes, but that's how you learn. You learn by mistakes. So have a look at the first video. Well, when tuna's on, we are there. We're talking about Portland. Portland is our favorite place when we're talking bluefin tuna, even kingfish in January, and plus heaps of other stuff. Big King George whiting, nana guys, big gummy sharks. There is big variety of fish. Saying that, this year we actually even had mahi-mahi or dolphin fish, or whatever you want to call them. Well, why we love Portland is because it's easy to navigate. You don't need to worry about rip, you don't need to worry about crossing a bar. So really you get out, and if you don't like it, you just do a U-turn. If it's rough, you just don't go. This trip is a blast from the past. It's me, Jerry, Meto and Misha. As we passed the Lawrence Rock, on our 40-meter mark, we start trolling, and before you know, we were on. Once you get one fish on, the key is to actually keep moving another 10, 15, 20 seconds maybe, and see if you can have double or triple. So this time it didn't happen. I took the rod, passed it on to Misha, and I start taking all the other rods out of the way. It's important to make some room and have space and make sure you don't tangle everything. Another very important thing while you're retrieving your rods is to keep the boat in the gear. That way all your lines will stay straight back and you will avoid crossing and just making a big mess, because once they cross and tangle, it's a nightmare to get it back to normal, I suppose. Again, teamwork, very important. Me and Jerry were retrieving all the lines, Meto was on the steering wheel, and Misha was doing the easy job, fighting the fish. Well, maybe not so easy. It was a little bit choppy, so it was not easy to stand straight, to stand up. Plus, Misha doesn't have much experience. So we wanted him to actually catch fish and just gain that experience, being connected with tuna and trying to land the tuna. Well, this time it was one unfortunate moment. If you look at this tuna, the lure wasn't in the mouth, it was actually on the cheek. So while I was getting the gaff, this fish decided to take off. While it took off, obviously the hook just came off. It wasn't Misha's fault, but hey, we still gave him a little bit hard time. We didn't have much time to waste, so we regrouped and we cast the rods back. My setup is very simple. I normally have 2 skirts on each side of the boat, and at the back of the boat I would have 2 deep divers. The skirts, I would have one about 25 meters, one about 20, and the deep divers will be about 8 and 12 meters behind the boat. Now, it is important to have them set up like that. You can't have all 4 rods at 20 meters, because once you turn the boat and that, they will cross each other and they will tangle. So here we go. We took off, We're not even 2 minutes in, and here we go again. It started with one, then double, then triple, and then, what do you know, we had 4 fish on. All 4 rods took off. Now when that happens, as you can see, Jerry jumped to help. I was taking another rod out. Meta was holding the boat straight, just in the gear, as we mentioned before, and unfortunately one of the rods just had to stay put for the time being. When this happens, you feel like the hell break loose, but you just don't panic. Take your time, take it easy, and as I say, it's important, keep the boat in the gear, just keep it straight, and everything else, it's easy. If they cross, you have to make go under, over. Have a look. One problem we had here, that gaff should not be there. Fishing for tuna, you need to be disciplined and make sure that there is nothing on the deck space, nothing on the floor, nothing hanging around, nothing that is in your way while you're fishing for tuna.
Well, a 4-way hookups do happen, and the key is do not panic.
You're gonna see next video, it was hectic, and plus the sea was shaking the hell out of us. It was hard to actually stand straight on the boat, but landing 4 fish, it wasn't easy, so let's watch the next video. As you can see, we were very busy. We had all 4 fish on one side of the boat, so I had to move the steering wheel, straighten the boat a little bit, and then you have to be careful. You have to go under, over the pins, how the line's getting crossed, then move the stuff out of the way, as this gaff, it shouldn't be there, as I said before, so somehow everything became hectic. We obviously didn't expect to have 4-way hookups, but I can tell you what, these things happen very often. Also, doesn't matter how big the fish is, use gloves when you land them, because you grab the line and as they come close to the boat, they decide to take off, and as you're holding that line, it can cut your hand. If it's braid, it can cut your hand really badly. If it's mono, it will just burn your hand, but either way, just use gloves. So Meto managed to bring his fish close to the boat, we landed his fish, so was Jerry's turn. In the meantime, Misha was still fighting hard. Looks like Jerry wanted to have some rest, but unfortunately we had another fish on line. So Misha's fish was quite stubborn. It came very close to the boat, then it took off. Then for the 3rd time Misha brings it close to the boat again, but not close enough so I can reach it with a gaff. Then the fish decided to go straight for the prop, and of course it cut the line. At this stage, Misha was devastated, but we didn't care much because we had plenty fish. And in the meantime, we landed the number 4, so far we had 3 fish on board. If you look in the next shot, you can actually see in the background the Lawrence Rock, and you can see the actual wind farm, so roughly you get an idea where we are. I love my Halco lures, but having trebles, it's quite scary, so you do have to be careful. Lately, we do replace the treble with the single hooks, and the hookup rate, I can say, is just as good. Considering that we lost one deep diver, I quickly set up another one, and while I was doing that, we spotted birds diving in the distance. So Jerry actually took us just in that area, and before you know, we were on again. Also, we get a lot of questions of what speed are we doing while we're trolling. So my rule is about 11 to 12 kilometers per hour using these Halco deep divers and the skirts that I'm using at the moment. Saying that, if you use a lure like Mad Mac by Nomad, and they are about 200 grams, you put that lure 100 to 150 meters behind the boat, you can actually do about 20 to 25 kilometers per hour, no problems at all. Bluefin tuna would reach speeds over 55 kilometers per hour. Well, we say 3rd time lucky. So Misha managed to bring this fish close to the boat, so it was my turn to make sure that he actually lands this fish. He was already devastated, so we could not possibly lose this fish at the moment. Well, we landed and Misha's smile was priceless.
Well, it was on.
Well, that's right. Once they're there, they're there. So you just stroll in the area. We did explain what you do. So 12 kilometers per hour, that's our trolling speed. We normally have 2 divers, 2 skirts on the side. It's important to stack them. So 25 meters, 20 meters, and the divers 8 meters and 12. Otherwise, if you keep them all on the same distance, you turn the boat, hell breaks loose, everything tangles. We managed to hook up. Have a look at the next video. We're about 1 hour in and we had quite a few fish. In the meantime, I took my iPhone and I went live on Facebook and I called people that are actually fishing in this area to come closer to us, as this area's got plenty fish. While I was doing that live, one rod took off. Then I gave Misha the iPhone to hold on, another rod takes off. So we had to stop the live Facebook and get back in business. Then behind Misha, the number 3 rod takes off. So Jerry had to jump and grab that rod as well. In the meantime, the rod that Misha had, the fish just dropped the lure. So I gave Misha my rod, I put that rod back in the holder, and we were fighting 2 fish at this time. I took the number 3 rod out and Jerry already had his fish close to the boat. I quickly grabbed the gaff so I can gaff this fish. So while I was doing that, the rod that was just sitting there next to me had a hit again. As you can see, again, no rest for Jerry. In the meantime, quite a few boats came around us and they all started catching, which was actually quite good to see. Jerry somehow speed up this process and had this tuna very quick close to the boat. I gaffed it, so yep, another one bites the dust. Jerry was very happy, but on the other side, Misha was holding the fish close to the boat, waiting for me to actually gaff this fish. In no time, I gaffed this fish and we had number 7 on board, so we were 1 fish short of the bag limit. Having things on the floor, as I mentioned before, this is what happens. You trip left, right and center, especially if it's a rocky sea. Well, you need to keep the floor clean. Very important thing is to actually look after your fish. So quickly bleed them, put them on the ice and make sure that your fish stays fresh. Tuna, when it's fresh, it's actually really nice to eat. But you do need to look after it, bleed it straight away, put it on the ice, keep it cool, and that will actually make that tuna very tasty.
Well, in the next video, you'll see Tibi finally got to bring a fish in.
Got my chance. And Jerry got his chance to gaff it, so have a look. And after that, we're going to show you these 2 maestros.
Somebody know what he's doing. It just looks so easy.
Easy.
Yeah, it looks so...
Well, everybody had a fair go, so finally it was my turn to reel a fish in. This fish took one of my favorite skirts that actually was recommended to me by Mick at Hooked on Bait and Tackle, and we got it on Tuna sturdy overhead rod. Now, Jerry had my job. He needed to gaff this fish. So, is it gaffing easy? Sometimes. And sometimes not so easy. After a few shots and some air display, Jerry managed to get this fish in the boat. Anyway, takes a bit of practice, so Jerry in 10 years he'll be a good beginner. Well, after this adventure, I have to tell you, it's not a rocket science to catch tuna. A little bit of research on YouTube, a bit of advice from your friends, willpower, positive energy, and you'll be an expert in no time. Just before lunch, we were on the way out, and as we got there, fisheries for doing their job. Remember, in Victoria you do need a fishing license, and it's 2 bluefin tuna per head. At the boat run, we met with our friends Vince and Bert. Well, these 2 guys are guns when it comes cleaning tuna. Something that we do in hours, they can do in a matter of minutes. They are local guys in Portland, and they don't mind helping and teaching. We learned so much from these guys, it's unbelievable. As you can see here, they make it look very easy. But it's not that hard. It's a bit of practice, and if you do it the right way, if you follow the steps, it's actually not that hard. Also, when you put your tuna on ice, when you bleed it straight away and you put it on ice, the meat is nice and pink. If you don't do it, there is a lot of blood in tuna, and that kinda goes into the meat, and it makes it very bitter. It's not, you get that dark meat, and that dark meat, it's not nice to eat. guys, thanks again for your support. People that purchase our t-shirts, our hoodies, thank you heaps. It's our last episode for this year. So guys, stay safe, have happy holidays, safe trips, and Happy New Year.
And once again, thank you for watching. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel as you can continue watching us on YouTube. Have safe holidays, happy holidays, and we will see you next year.
I hope, I dream, I wish to catch a big fish. And I do it when I can. I'm a happy fisherman. And I do it when I can. I'm a happy fisherman.